Our top two today. So we'll start with my number two, Dave, is the guy that I think we both agreed was the best player on this team last year on either side of the ball. At least I thought that. I felt that, and he did it as a rookie, and that's Devon Witherspoon, who I think is crucial to that defense. I think he sets a tone. He brings an attitude, a confidence. I just love this kid's game, and he was so good last year.
He has some really interesting plays that he makes, and some of the things that he does, and some of his timing. He had a blitz last year where he got a sack on Daniel Jones. It was on Monday night game, and he timed it perfectly because he saw Daniel Jones look his way, and he was, disguising like he was going to drop into coverage, and then the second he turned his head, he came just on the run, and he hit the line of scrimmage on the run. So he basically, Daniel Jones had no chance on that. The other thing is he does some other weird little things, like on his touchdown, he kind of used his other arm like a stabilizer, kind of like, you get running.
Keeping his balance.
Yeah, keep his balance. And he did that on that blitz I was talking about as well with his other arm. It's just, the way he moves around the field it's very unusual. And then the other thing, you get up and you notice how small he is. He's not a big guy. The other thing is, I think, he's one of those guys that kind of irritates other players. He's very vocal on the sidelines, and he's a very unique player. So,
and I love the way it seems like he and McDonald have a good relationship already, and McDonald will take kind of shots at him, like he already knows everything. He's amazing. I mean, just ask him. He already knows everything about football.
Yeah.
So he's very comfortable enough with that relationship to make fun of him. So Devon Witherspoon is my number two. Who is yours?
Mine is DK Metcalf. And to me, DK, today, he was, we had him for the production meeting, and, he was talking about blocking people's bleeps off. Like he really wants to be part of the run game, and, he's just an unselfish player. I know he's polarizing, and I think people think that, okay, he gets angry and he gets us penalties, so that's selfish, but he's not a selfish guy at all. I just think it's like what Michael Bennett said, it's a violent game, and he plays it violently, and so why do people get surprised when violence breaks out? Now, he does need to control that part of it, but he was not used properly last year. And I think that with Ryan Grubb's new offense, I think they're really going to feature him. And I think you're going to see a less, probably a more aggressive Geno Smith. And then, hopefully we'll see that, he's going to just throw it up for DK, man. And I've said that so many times, like even if it's man-to-man or even close to man-to-man where, the safety's going to come over the top late, just throw it up, man. He's going to win that battle.
We get to our number one, and we're in lockstep, Dave. Yep. And it's I don't know if it's so much about the guy as it is the position. It's the most important position on the field. It's the quarterback. It's the quarterback, and your starting quarterback is Geno Smith. So he is my number one. As he goes, the team will go. If he has a bad game, he's throwing picks out there, it's going to cost him. If he's out there and just throwing dimes and he's accurate, it's going to be a great day out there. So he has so much that he's responsible for and that he controls out there with his play, good or bad. So Geno is my number one, Dave. Who's yours?
Mine is Geno as well. And, two-time Pro Bowler. And, you look at 70% completion percentage a couple of years ago. Another thing that always impresses me about Geno, I always say backup quarterback, I think, is one of the hardest positions just because you always have to be ready. And when Russell got hurt, that very first full series that he got, he took the Seahawks on an 80-yard touchdown drive where he threw the touchdown. So, yeah, I think he's always ready. I think they're really happy with where he is, and I think that they're going to let him turn it loose a little bit. So, and like I was talking about earlier with DK Metcalf, and to me, I want to see the number one and number two, which is Geno and DK Metcalf, get a lot of connections this year. I hope there's a lot of attempts his way because I just didn't think there was enough. But, Yeah, Geno is, I think, having a really good camp, so much so that they're not even really talking about him. You know, the other thing is with Ryan Grubb, I think he's already got a connection, because I asked Ryan, the offensive coordinator, about that and said, you know, what's been your interaction with Geno? And he said, you know, he's one of those guys that'll come to me and say, hey, I'm kind of stuck on this play, you know, and so they talk about it. And he said he's very open that way, you know, about what do you think about this and that. And yeah, so I love that collaboration, and I think this new offensive system is going to really benefit him.
Yeah, there you go. There's our top 20, and we agree on who's number one. I think we had almost all of the same players, except I put in special teams guys.
Put the kickers in.
I put a punter and a kicker in there because they are crucial to their success. But we both land on the same number one, and that is your quarterback, Geno Smith. So there you go.